Either way, best to steer clear of them.
You needn't doubt. This is, in fact, my ploy for you. What else would you call laying the very path you've dreaded most bare before your feet? Keep walking. The way forward is the only way left.
Inverted tower. I read the reports. Another place reduced to ruin by the Threnodian.
A nation that placed its faith in the Sentinel, yet its blessed maiden was spawned by the Threnodian Leviathan. Deliciously absurd, isn't it?
I read the incident reports. It was the Threnodian scheme.
Obvious enough. And from it, I obtained the precise counterweight to tip the scales.
The power of assimilation.
Precisely. After all, isn't that blessed maiden living proof? Proof that harnessing the Threnodian's power is a viable path.
Is this...
The fall of Imperator. As you know, even a sentinel can't be a crutch for humanity forever. Now, why not step into the role yourself? Experience Renacita's conclusion firsthand. Oh, and I made a personal appearance for the grand finale in Renacita. I couldn't very well abandon my rather childish subordinates like that, could I? A light so blinding it lays bare all the film. A world where every prayer is answered. Just like a dream, wouldn't you say? Ah, if only Ashinohara could have... You had so many companions fighting at your side, and yet the reign over Honami simply would not cease.
That's enough. Every single time, she succeeded in saving them.
Sideshow before the end. You don't mind, do you?
Take your final dive into Narada. So persistent. Fading away. Evanescent may endure. Dissipate. Roam above the inferno. Gaze if my blade had been keener. Could I have?
Take your time. We're almost at the finale. Let's go.
You showed me all this. Because the Fraxidus wants to replicate the assimilation. You want me for the possibility that I
won't deny it. After all, among all the Mikos of Flaming Sakura, only you can see through that Sutsu and see a future so clearly entwined with the Threnodian. That is you.
It is a danger.
From Ashinohara's legends and the Space Trek Collective's investigative reports, you know, as a savior yourself, what do you think of her?
She's strong.
You can afford to be more effusive. Unlike you, who failed Ashinohara time and but let's be brutally honest. This Solaris is full of dark corners like Hona. You, Miko of Flaming Sakura, have a gift. You might not fear, but what of them? The weak, those not blessed by fate. Solaris needs more I'm just using the Threnodian to bring...
You mean... you want...
I've tried before, but a miracle like Fleur-de-Lis required even the one that appeared in Renacita at the end. But with your help, everything... Honami would not be a ruin.
I have to admit, I desire vengeance against the Threnodian. That is why I seek greater strength. I state that I will not discard my dignity as a human.
You stand on Honami's soil. You stand on... Go on. Ask them if your dignity as a human matters. Eternal me. You've crawled through countless defeats, barely protect... When you fall, who will take up the Sutsu? We could always talk about the former, Miko. The bodies of the left behind are ephemeral. You'll find I have a far more durable proposal.
I should try to smile more, you say?
Power levels, precision calibration, combat efficiency, all green.
candy. It's a new flavor. Sigrika and Lene suggested it.
All right, Luke.
My conversation with Lucilla went well. She's on your side. You're showing during the dark... That said, you've been a student here for less than a year. You'll need the Space Trek Collective's approval to officially activate the Exostrider. Their biggest financial backer is the New Federation. And of course, they answer to an entire board of investors. And to them, the Exostrider is definitely a high-value asset. I've been flooding their desks with reports. Your Academy investigation record, your latest...
And were they...
We got a meeting. But when that much money's involved, unlike Jinzhou or Rinasida, they've got far...
I'm worried we don't have that kind of time.
Exactly. Which is why it all comes down to this guy. This is Chase, head of the Space Trek Collective. He just got back to Lahai Roi on a triumph. President Lucilla, Professor Mornier, and I have all put in. Chase started as a low-level employee at Ashridge Energy in the new Fed. Then he dropped. After that, he left the government and started diving into multiple large-scale investment projects. Some say he's still been at. He's sharp, low profile, and very smooth. Normally, they'd pick Academy synchronists who have been signed.
Sounds like his attitude changed.
Come in. Let's talk over some hot drinks. I heard Lucilla asked for your help after the ceremony. How did it feel working with her?
Well, at first she was pretty dominant, steering the conversation the whole time. But now I understand it's because this academy means so much to her.
Based on your intel, the reactor core has been returned. Ideally, we'd wait for the Exostrider to awaken before trying to help on. But recent readings from the Institute's Strider Gate monitors, void matter reactivity is spiking. The Space Trek Collective is getting twitchy. If Fernodian Aleph 1 breaks the seal, all of Solaris will be at risk. Not just Lahai Roi. Now, the Collective didn't establish itself. Problem is, every one of those plans, which, in our case, actually gives us some leverage.
Then I'll convince him. I'll show him the lowest casualty count is the only one that makes sense. Luke, you mentioned you have contacts in the black.
Guaranteed.
Lahai Roi is closed off from the outside world. Public comms are probably tapped by Fraxidus moles inside the Academy. And right now.
I see. Give me a moment. I'll establish the link and leave the rest to you.
I received your call, Rover. Is the situation in Lahai Roi that dire? You look exhausted.
My frequency loss has been resolved. But Lahai Roi is under imminent Threnodian threat. I need your help, Shorekeeper.
Understood. For this purpose, both...
Any additional intel on the Exostrider within the Tethys system? I trust Luke.
Records confirm that Luke Herson has been providing critical assistance. After the founding of Star Torch Academy, most information fell under their seal of secrecy. However, in its early days, you mediated negotiations between the Space Trek collective fears that due to the Exoswarm's division, the Exostrider, even upon awakening, might not have enough power to face the Threnodian. Observing how Sentinels work with their resonators, they theorized that the Exostrider, sharing similarity. However, considering your link with the Exostrider, we have intel that deep beneath Lahai Roy lies the keystone left behind by the Exostrider long ago. It rests directly atop the seal on the Strider Gate. You do not need a cockpit to pilot the Exostrider, so long as its activation sequence remains precisely. For one who shares its. As for Imeth,
You mean using the exoswarm-like shell that appeared in the cockpit?
Yes, the connection between frequencies will help.
Sure. While I'm there,
I understand.
I'm counting on you, Shorekeeper.
As long as I may be of help, please return safely from this.
I will.
I'll inform Lucilla. Take your time.
What do you think? I'm about to ask him.
Nobody has a plan they promise will work. If Chase agrees, it's at the end of the day, it all comes down to the person.
Heading to the testing field. Be careful.
Mr. Chase, this is the student I mentioned, Rover.
Save the intro, President Lucille.
Before.
Let's just get down to it. I wanted to wait for the Exostrider's self-regeneration. So tell me, Rover, why do you...
To find Imeth and put down...
Imeth. Name rings a bell.
She's beyond the Strider Gate.
But finding one person in a goddamn interdimensional haystack?
Stopping the Threnodian is my priority. Look, we have the same objective. So like you said, let's just get down to it.
Regarding Aleph 1, our intel is... What we need is for the X to do that. We need a qualified synchronist, and we need the Institute's drive replica. When that gets embedded in the Exostrider's chest cap, right now, the replica is in its final...
Drive replica. Is that what you're building from the fallen?
Correct. It's based on the original drive's framework. To complete the drive replica, we require precise data from the Exostrider operating in high concentrations of void matter. Without them, we can't guarantee... Here's the verdict. On behalf of this... But remember, our objective is the data, and your personal mission gets 10 minutes. That's the max. After 10 minutes, you return.
Deal. One more thing. I won't be using it.
Huh. Lucilla, run a high-pressure sync test for the Synchronist. I've seen the physical eval, but... The moment the numbers hit green, we'll begin preparations for activating...
There's something else.
Go on.
The Frexidus is lying low. Even after failing in the dark side, they could move.
Ah, that's what's on your mind. Well?
You mean Denny?
That's the one. She's gone missing. But don't let it distract you. You just focus on waking the giant.
Black Shores just sent a formal communication request. They're offering full... You handle it, Lucilla. You have a better read on the situation. If there's anything else...
I'm surprised you're placing this much trust in Rover.
We're different, President. I'm a businessman. And business... The Threnodian could strike at any time. And with the timeline we have, relocating the Exostrider is impossible.
Understood.
Of course.
Ugh, that guy gives me the creeps. What kind of place is the new Federation anyway? Are they all gonna be like that?
We'll find out when we get there, Abby.
So you're that student, huh? Lucilla filled me. This synchronization test is far more intense than this. If you feel anything off, you call it. I won't allow the test to continue under overclock. Good. The cabin systems are configured. The simulator cockpit is right there. I hope.
Neural network connected. Tactical model constructed. Resonator vital signs synchronized.
One with the sound. The show begins. Shadow descends. Endure and defy. Down with the curtain! One with the sound.
Test complete. Recording synchronization rate data. Cockpit opening. Please exit according to the safety protocols.
How did you get all the way here from the...
She wanders into the academy sometimes. Usually her caretaker bot escorts her back.
We'll go back together in a bit, okay?
So the little Terra can be quiet. Never thought I'd see the day.
Back at the fan meeting, people mentioned a Sakya.
The last day I taught her, she wrote saving the world as her career path. I asked her if that was really what She didn't even get upset. It's just smart. Now she's back, but... Lucilla told me you're her family.
Yes.
And you're planning to pilot the exostrike.
That's the plan.
Sounds like an absurd, bold, utterly delusion.
I know.
When Imeth went missing, the cockpit recorded an abnormally high synchronization rate. We couldn't verify. Your test results are just shy of hers overall. I hope that absurd plan of yours works. And that you bring my The results are out, but preparing the... We'll let you know when it's ready.
Equip a frequency monitor and file a disclosure form before pilot simulation training.
Cassette.
shall have no one tarnishing victory's honor.
I shall be the vessel of your wishes.
So, we're finally going to where that giant eye is hiding?
Yeah. And Abby, if you think it's stronger than you, don't try to be a hero. Okay?
I got this. But, we don't know how much strength is hiding behind that gate, huh?
Our priorities are the data and IMEF. A direct fight with Aleph 1 can wait until the drive replica is ready.
Hey, Rover. Are you... So, you... I know you're odd. Nobody knows if the Exos... Everything's felt so heavy at the Academy lately.
Lene.
Look, after I aced the entrance exam, but just when I was ready to finally be a student, the Threnodian Void, I just have to stand here and watch...
I'd feel worse if I dragged everyone in... Of course, if things get really bad for now. Because...
Dang. but I get making you waste time on a pep talk, but I won't just sit around. I'll be on... And when this is all over, we're... Professor Mornier's up ahead.
Temporary passage is complete. The Black Shores will keep a team on standby here at the Institute.
Thank you. We couldn't have built the
The High Roy is a top priority. A joint call by the Shorekeeper and the...
Is that the way to...
Yes. This temporary passage will... Both the Strider Gate and the Keystone are located in the Solvane Heartwood at its center. President Lucilla has already And also... What happened? Professor Monnier! She said... This is...
Can I see it? I'll give it back in a moment.
This ID number. I saw it in the student file during her inspection.
Why did you want to bring this now?
It may be. Dr. Luke did say this exoswarm-like or it could be the shell's residual instinct. Cassettes are proof of a student's identity. Or it... However, this does remind me. Carrying a...
Yeah, I've kept it. I'll head to the Deemer Plains now.
I'll have to stay here, monitoring the data But I'll be fully supporting your mission.
I count on you to watch my back. With what we accomplished with Helios,
I won't let you down, Mentor.
Let's go.
Ugh, stinky. This place reeks. The smell of that giant eyeball's getting stronger.
That massive glowing tree. Is that the Solvane Heartwood? Let me go.
Wait, before you go, you should say hello to her. This is Hiyuki. I told you about her before. The only reason we could set up... See that lingering frost? 10 years ago, a void matter rift opened in the Deemer Plains. Hiyuki went there alone and sealed it. Thanks to her efforts, the Space Trek every task the Academy assigns her, she completes flawlessly. Were she to have a flaw, though, it'd be that she goes through blades like nobody's business.
Yes. Lucilla spoke of what that child did. She is a good one. But we allow a child to bear so... I sent this white bird to search the void mat. Somewhere in void space, she waits. The collective pursuit...
Very good. But I'm afraid we can't say more than... You were worried about the Fraxidus, weren't you? She's hunted both the Threnodian and the Fraxidus.
Yes. Those... Here. The white bird carries my... Should you lose yourself in the void matter?
Hiyuki is part of Star Torch Academy's Special Response Force.
If, in your fight with the Threnodian, you may make a wish to...
How about I go first? Hiyuki is the strong and silent type.
Why didn't you introduce us before?
No point in hiding what's already in plain sight.
What did she mean?
Just what it sounds like. But don't make one unless it's life or death. Granting wishes, always... I've sent you intel on high concentration void matter zone. I couldn't say this with Chase present, but I think you understand. You've been in void space. You've faced it. If Aleph won, the Exostrider isn't fully repaired. If something goes wrong, it may not be... Once you enter the gate, you'll be completely alone. Are you ready, Rover?
I've been in situations like this if I only cared about walking away clean. So...
Very good. I'll be here with the others, monitoring the void matter. We'll probably be able to maintain a data feed. But based on past intel, the void matter... It'll likely cut out once you reach the keystone.
I understand.
President Lucilla, we've checked her condition. No...
All right. Go on. The students and faculty of Star Torch Academy have been waiting for the day the Exostrider awakens. May you return victorious.
data gauge readings are stable. No abnormal fluctuations at the keystone. The synchronous vitals are within the expected range. All readings normal. Frequency. Delay.
The signal's cut out. So quiet. Are these Solaskin? The Solaskin merged into the roots. They didn't return to the Exostrider through the Solace trees. They used themselves to reinforce the Keystone City.
You can be my saving word.
That would level all of the highway. Then there's only... Starting to feel dizzy. Eineth once said void space in the depths of the Thermodian's black hole is a higher dimension. Like a kaleidoscope. Time and space here don't flow. They're tangled. What is all of this? Those figures. That's Space Trek Collective in Voyan clothing. They're reaching for that frequency. Is it Eineth? Eineth?